What is going on, guys? How are you doing today? What I have for you today in this video is I want to talk to you guys about an upcoming rumor, or the rumor that's going around for the Galaxy Note 8, discussing a feature that has been a few years old already and is actually already on the iPhone, like since the iPhone 6s. So if you guys heard of the feature called Force Touch Display, basically like it calculates how much pressure you're putting on the screen, and that will result in a gesture or whatever action that you need to make on the phone itself. And Samsung started playing around with this since they announced the Galaxy S8. And because the Galaxy S8, there was no physical home button, therefore it had a touch sensitive button. But here's the thing, there was no touch capacitive button on that particular device. The home button, they didn't even print an icon of the home button on the actual device itself. The only way you would see it is if you are using the phone, and when your device is locked, I think you have to like double tap a few times to actually get the screen to wake up if you're not using the power button to wake up the lock screen. Apparently Samsung wasn't too happy with how they've implemented that feature on the Galaxy S8 because it just didn't function properly. I mean, I have played around with a few people's devices before on the Galaxy S8, and it's not too bad. I just thought that was a little bit odd at first, where you have to double tap the spot where the home button is normally at to wake up your screen, or I think you can just push hard once and then it'll wake up your screen as well. Although I was thinking that at the time when I was playing around with it, the touch sensitivity wasn't as recognized as if you were just using your normal touchscreen for touching your applications, scrolling up and down on web pages, pinch to zoom on photos. I mean, the technology wise, it just wasn't the best from what I've gathered. However, Samsung is looking to improve that on the Galaxy Note 8, so we shall see how it goes. And despite the fact that this was already a few years old and Apple has already implemented this feature, you know, it'd be interesting to see how Samsung handles the technology and how they put it together on their own devices as well. So, you know, the article that I read, which the link to that will be in the description below, it might have seemed like Samsung was copying a feature from Apple, but then again, that's what people say. And then like when all these bloggers are posting these articles, they try to make a point to everybody that manufacturers do this all the time, we just see it as copying. Which, I mean, the only time Samsung would copy this feature from Apple is if they made it exactly the same way Apple did. But I'm pretty sure Samsung is going to put their own twist to it, so it won't be the exact same thing, but it'll be something similar to what Apple has implemented. And, you know, that's basically all manufacturers have to do. Basically, take a feature, put your own twist into it, and you can say, okay, it's similar to this, but this is how it's done. No problems. Because I remember back then, where Samsung and Apple used to get into lawsuits on each other all the time, especially with HTC and Apple. Apple won a few cases, other manufacturers won a few cases, so it was like a never-ending story. And I haven't heard any lawsuits between these companies ever since, so I think the party has finally died down now when it comes to the lawsuits. Not 100% sure if it'll happen again, which I'm assuming that most likely it will. But maybe they might have just taken a break and like put their own restrictions on, okay, what's worth putting a lawsuit on, what's not worth putting a lawsuit on. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, the answer to that is beyond me. But other than that, I mean, we can't always see that a manufacturer is trying to copy a feature from one manufacturer, but we can say that they're taking this feature, making something similar to that for competition. Because that's what the manufacturers want, is competition, so that way people can decide which products they want to go with. So, I mean, for this feature being a few years old, maybe Samsung can take a look to see, okay, what has Apple done within those few years, and what can they take out of that to improve upon them to make their products better. I mean, that's how you play the game, right? So, I mean, what do you guys think about this? Do you guys see this as copying, or do you guys just see this as an opportunity for Samsung to improve upon Apple, and then that way it can either open up Apple's eyes and they'll be like, okay, we should have done it this way, let's do the same thing but something similar and not the exact way, but let's try to improve upon what Samsung has from the feedback once this feature rolls out. All right, what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment. Also check out the description below for my social media links, Twitter and Instagram. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.